You know what they say. The best way to predict the future is to create it. So call a few people on the same vibe who will look to support you in this thing we call life. So then I thought, let's level up the cast on NFL Conversation. Introducing The Crew.
It's your man, Josh Norman.
Welcome to the show.
Morris Chestnut here. It's about that time.
This is Brian Urlacher. No introduction needed.
Yo, what up, baby? It's Deric Augustine.
You guys need me to suit up?
Good to see you, man. Your dog all right? Is your dog all right? Well, we signed the Heisman Trophy winner. We drafted him, Devontae Smith. You know him?
Yeah, I know him.
Okay, you know him. Okay, cool. I was just checking.
I told him, hey, you're playing, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Just get ready for it.
What up, it's your girl, Josina Anderson, and it is time to get started. All right, welcome everybody to episode 12 of The Crew. It's your girl, Josina Anderson, and as always, we have a good show coming up for you as well, even though I am the one switching it tonight, but that is okay. I want to let you know where you can find the show. As always, you can see us on thecrewshow.com. You can see us on our various social medias as well, youtube.com/undefined with Josina Anderson, and you can also download the USA Today app on your TVs and find our show there as well. We have a very special guest coming up in our crew crib later on. That is Titans running back Adrian Peterson and future Hall of Famer as well. But for now, it is time for Crew Call. All right, so let's bring in the guys. We got our resident Saints fan who has been weeping and calling me every minute trying to get a certain wide receiver to the team. Is that Deric Augustine? Yeah, that's you. How you doing?
This is true, and I'm a big advocate for Odell. Like I said, my grandmother is going to cook him gumbo, beignets, whenever he likes, so just tell him to come on down, man.
You already on that. Morris
I'm
Chestnut.
already on.
Okay, all right. We got Morris Chestnut, our resident Eagles fan.
Yeah.
You were weeping on Sunday too.
I was weeping on Sunday, but again, Derek be sniffing too much beignet powder, man. He's not coming to the Saints. He's not coming to the Saints.
Hey, way to deflect, Morris. Way to deflect that you didn't want to talk about that Kentucky Fried Chicken you called the Philadelphia Eagles. Way to deflect.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Hey, well, look. The market is down today, so I'm sure them skins are the ticker symbol is too, right?
Hey, well, you know what? We had one of the best weeks all time last week because it was a bye week for us.
Yes.
And of course, as you can hear him, we've got Fred Smoot, former NFL veteran quarterback, added to the show.
I'm sorry. It's wintertime, and I have a beard, Josina. I go by Smoodress. I go by
Smoodress.
Is that supposed to sound like Idris Elba?
Himself.
Yeah,
Is that another way
Smoodress
to say it? Smoodress.
Smoodress
Okay.
Elba.
Well, listen, obviously, Brian Urlacher not with us today. He's doing a charity event in Houston, and Josh Norman dealing with crack ribs as he gets himself on the mend, had to step away and take care of some rehab on something real quick. But either way, we're going to go ahead and jump right now to Crew Headlines. All right, guys, the big news of the day, Odell Beckham Jr. is now a free agent, did not get claimed, passed through waivers, so he is free to sign with anyone. Morris, we're not going to go to DA first on this one. Do you have an idea of where you think he should go? Because we got a biased guy here on the panel.
The place I would like to see him go, I don't think he's going to go. I would like to see him go to New England. I think that they could use that. They could use a deep threat. They stretch the field, good running game, great defense, great culture. I think he can win a lot of games there.
Okay, Fred.
Oh, now let's be honest. The one thing Odell has never had the choice to is pick who he wants to marry. He was drafted into a marriage with New York. He was traded into a marriage. When they plan your marriage in Africa, you're going to marry him in 20 years.
Arranged marriage.
Arranged. So now he get a chance to think about this. The perfect place is got to be on and off the field. The one thing Cleveland could never give Odell, He was too big for Cleveland. He was totally too big for Cleveland. But I tell you one city that he's not too big for, and that's LA. Him in LA is a great marriage. Him and the Rams, they just released Deshaun Jackson. They need another guy to take it over the top in McVay's offense. And the one thing that the Rams know, LeBron is playing right now. The Dodgers are playing well right now. If you don't have star power with that team, the Chargers are playing well right now. You have to have star power in LA. LA Rams, Odell Beckham.
But hold on, let me ask you this though, Fred. So now they released Deshaun, and I think at one point Robert Woods was talking about he wasn't getting enough passes on his way. So why would Odell go there if they've already released one receiver and the other receiver that's still there is not getting enough targets?
Well, because Deshaun is delusional. Now, Deshaun can still run. Don't get it twisted, but he is not a 8-target a game guy anymore.
He's not delusional.
Now, when I look at Odell, I say, who career can I connect it to and say they mirroring each other? Randy Moss. We buried Randy when he went to Oakland. We said it was over with. And then he goes to New England and gets with a great quarterback and a great offense, and he has one of the all-time record-breaking seasons. The rebirth, the person has to be happy in the city. They have to have a good damn quarterback, and they got to be playing some championship football. LA. LeBron wanted him free for a reason. LeBron want him in LA. I want him in LA.
Let's get Deric in there. Hold on. Let's get Deric in there. Go, please, go ahead.
Man, look, I always see him in LA. He has a house here, a lot of friends and family. It does make sense, Fred. I'm not gonna lie to you. But what better way to really revive your career is with the Saints, man? They have a great. Come on, man.
You can't go home. Hey, you can't go home.
Great coach. Great coach, the winning environment. You indoors, Fred.
For him to blow up, he had to leave the nest. That's the only way we become ourselves.
You leave the nest. You did.
Staying at home is the worst thing you could ever do. All right. You don't ever want to be close to family. You don't want to be that close to friends. You want to get away into a city that you can develop your own mantra in. I grew up in Mississippi. I never want to be a New Orleans Saint. I never want to be a Tennessee Titan. That's too close to home. They bringing their troubles with them. No.
Okay, hold on.
I feel you, Fred.
When I go down, let me go down the list of Saints Hall of Fame receivers. Okay, let's go. Let's change something.
It's not.
But so going back to the Rams, look, Deshaun, Eagle for life. That brother, he catch a touch. He walk out of bed catching touchdowns. Love Deshaun Jackson. If they couldn't use Deshaun Jackson in LA, how they gonna use Odell Beckham?
They could use him. Cooper Kupp just on the all-time rant to break the record right now. Right now, it's about Odell wanting to play with other stars, wanting to be on that pedestal again, wanting to be Odell. That comes with sacrifice. If he goes to New England, it comes with sacrifice. You're the number one receiver on the team, but Belichick, they're not gonna bend the offense to your will. So at the end of the day, where can I be happy off the field? Where can I be happy on the field? Matthew Stafford, that marriage will make him happy. I think they look good together. See, Morris, you've seen these superstars come up and they something like Seal and Haile Kroom. Like we knew Seal had kicked his coverage. We knew Seal had kicked his
Hold on, you guys. I want to play this Odell video from his Instagram just to give you a little feel for how he thinks. Hold on, let me play this.
I do feel like my love for the game has been misinterpreted. No matter what I did, it was always going to take it the wrong way. If I cried on the field, it's emotion. He's emotional, diva, not a team player, this, that. They come up with these names, antics. They find these words, and then everybody else just recycles them. Every practice rep to me matters. Be perfectionist. It'd be like going in the gym and saying, I gotta make 100 free throws. I gotta make 100 out of 100. And I'm at 92, and I miss. I'm gonna be upset. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, that's good. Man, I did hit 92 in a row. No, I need 100. So sorry. That's how much I care for this shit. So I don't know how else to explain it to people. And I think I got to the point in my life as I got older where I'm just done explaining it.
So what do you think about that? He said he's got to the point in his life where he's just done explaining stuff to people. Deric, what do you think?
I get you. I get you, Odell. I mean, we get it, man. You're a star, and when you have these star abilities and this star personality, man, you're gonna get some backlash. We get it, man. Now you gotta go to a team in an environment where you gotta stick. you got to stick, man. You got to be there for a couple years, man, because hey, we about the same age, man. I tell you what, my knees hurt.
What?
Hey, my knees hurt, and I'm still young, man. So it's like, dog, you got to really stick with a team, and hopefully, you know, you make that team better and go for a ring, because every player wants a ring, right, Fred?
Hey, you gotta get that ring. I ain't got close to a ring. Hell, I got married. That ring got took away. All I'm saying is this: they are hard to come by. But this is that Randy Moss last chance. Like when Randy went to New England, it was his last chance to prove himself. Like Odell just want a even playing field to improve. I mean, to prove himself. But one thing about wide receivers, I'm sorry. I played against them my whole life. I used to be one. They are divas. Listen to me. Yes, that diva came out because it hurts. This is what hurts. He's tired of seeing DeAndre Hopkins get called one of the best in the game. He's tired of Tyreek Hill being called one of the best in the game. And nobody's ever saying, brother Odell no more. Pass the biscuits, Pappy's O'Daniels. Nobody talking about Odell no more. And see, that's the problem right there. He needs that attention.
No,
if he go to the Rams, how he's not going to be number one. How is he going to be put in that league?
Hey, and he might not be number one on the play calling chart, but he's number one in the offensive heart. He will most definitely be the most popular. Even with Aaron Donald there, the best defensive player in the game, and Jalen Ramsey. I'm sorry. Odell is a rock star of all rock stars. He's the only football player with a shoe deal with Nike. He lives in a different stratosphere. This guy goes to Paris, France, and chill out with models. And, you know, like this is a different dude. Him in LA are a marriage. All right, that's a great marriage right there.
All right, let's move on to the next headline, and we're going to run through these really quickly because obviously we're going to get to our guests, and we're going to do these super quickly. I just want to say Aaron Rodgers, obviously he said that he acknowledged that he, might have misled some people. He realizes that he is a role model. Now we are also finding out that the Packers, per a report that just came out, they're going to get fined $300,000. Aaron Rodgers is going to get fined $14,650, and Alan Lazard $14,650. So what do you guys think about this really quickly?
Hey man, I had to get vaccinated for my job, man. I got vaccinated. That's all I got to say. If I wanted to work, I had to get vaccinated.
Do what you got to do.
All
I got to say is this. We've all watched a pastor apologize for cheating on his wife, Sister Pearl. We watched this happen.
Right.
And all he get up there and say is, my flesh is weak. All right? That's it. That's not a good enough excuse. But that's what Aaron Rodgers said. You know what? I'm human. My flesh was weak. Now, y'all can take that however y'all want to.
Well, we'll see if he comes and actually, wears his mask for his next press conference. Let's move on to the next one. Nick Chubb and Demetric Felton, they had tested positive for COVID, so we don't know if they're going to play in that next game, even after the Browns just had that big win over the Bengals. What do you think about that real quick?
Hey, Nick Chubb's going to need to be in that game for the Browns to have a chance to win, because Patriots no joke at home. They're going to need that running game in New England.
I second that.
Okay. Okay, and then our next headline, we're finding out that Sam Darnold has this fractured scapula, and also PJ Walker is going to obviously come back and start for him again. Your thoughts on that?
Hey, all I'm going to say is I saw Twitter and a Panthers fan said, "Thank you, Sam Darnold."
I know PJ Walker is the truth, but Matt Barkley, he's a cat burglar. He's still stealing money from the league. My God.
Yeah.
So, and what do you guys think about this one? Deron Williams and Frank Gore set to fight in a 4-round heavyweight bout on pay-per-view. Is this something that you are going to watch?
I would rather watch real boxers. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I would rather watch paint dry. At the end of the day, if I wasn't going to sit here and watch Mike Tyson, the shell known as Mike Tyson, fighting Roy Jones Jr., it was two uncles fighting at a barbecue. I would never buy any of those makeshift boxing matches. No, I don't want to see it.
Right.
All right. Well, you know what? We have a very special guest coming up, Adrian Peterson. He is going to be joining us in the CREW crib. So you guys, you know that he just joined the Titans and already contributed to a big win. So let's bring him on the other side.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to tell you congratulations. Okay? Not shocked one bit at all, KB. If we play like that, okay, we fight our ass off, find out who we play, where we play them, and what time we play them, Tier, and continue to prepare, we're going to win a ton of games. Because we have a brand of football that may not be perfect, and everybody's going to try to cut holes in it, We just figure out ways to win the game. Figure out ways to win the game. That's your job.
All right, time now to bring in Adrian Peterson, the new Titans running back. Adrian, we appreciate having you on.
No problem.
Listen, I saw you in the background grabbing some snacks. I didn't know if you were going to be sitting in that seat. That's why I try to be like, Adrian is next. Like, come and sit in this seat for this interview, please. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Can't complain.
Yeah, you doing okay?
Yeah, just in there relaxing.
Hey, P, what up, my dude? What's good with you, man?
Man, not much, man. Just trying to get settled down here in Nashville.
Hey, congratulations on breaking that record, man. You continue to run for 100+ miles in the league right now. I think I'm going to make you a certified Tutman child right now. That's what I'm going to do, because you don't look like you're going to stop running.
Hey, keep running, man.
No time soon, man.
Hey, Adrian, so just give us an idea of what the wait was like. You know, obviously you were playing for the Lions last season. It took some time, you know, for you to rejoin the NFL at this point in the season. But we got the injury to Derrick Henry. Talk about how that call came about and what the wait was like.
Yeah, the wait, it was a little rough, you know, but it allowed me to have time with my family, you know, so I was able to attend a lot of football games, practices, and things like that, which you know, I normally miss because I'm in season, you know. So even though it was rough, I knew that it's a long season, and at some point, someone would call, you know. So that point was Sunday. You know, last Sunday I was pretty much just at the house just relaxing, and I actually just finished watching the Titans beat the Colts, and my phone rung. It was my agent. So I'm looking, I'm like, okay. You know, normally when you see the agent name pop up, you know, something might be shaking. You know, so after the phone, he was like, hey man, how you feel about going to Nashville? I'm like, the Titan call? He was like, yeah, they called, man. I have been talking to him for like a week or so, but they want to bring you up for a workout. So I'm like, bet, you know, bet. When they trying to bring me up, he was like, tomorrow. So, you know, they end up, you know, personnel, they end up calling me, setting up the flight and everything. I left out Monday morning around about 7:30, got down there, worked out, you know, go through the protocols, the tests, the physical, all of that. Then I worked out for about 30, 45 minutes. 10 minutes later, they was like, okay, cool, we want to sign you.
Now, AP, it's been rumored that you were supposed to be on Dancing with the Stars. Now, is that true?
Yeah, they reached out. They wanted me to come on and be a part of the show, but I couldn't do it. You know, I didn't really want to make that commitment, knowing that I was still focusing on trying to play ball.
Now, when you say that, so what did you do to keep yourself in shape during the house? You just did your regular workout, or you was what was
works?
You live in a gym, huh, bro?
Yeah, he works.
Right there, yeah, pretty much. I love hitting the track, you know, so I do a lot of track workouts, whether that's running 110s, 200s, you know, 300s. So that's kind of how I keep my cardio where it needs to be. And then, you know, lifting weight, that pretty much comes easy. I own the gym down in Houston, my boy Big Trent Williams. So you know, I stay in there and you know, get my lower body, upper body work done, but mostly I do a lot of field work and hit the track.
Now, AP, I gotta ask you this, because you done got the call from the wrong team when you took that call from the Texans. How does it feel to get the right call from a team like Tennessee that actually fits your running style? They are down here running team that fits your identity. How does it feel to get the right call?
Man, it felt amazing, man. You know, I kind of found myself at one point just like sitting there thinking, like, man, you know, like, is this really happening right now? You know. So that perfect opportunity, you know, I didn't know about Deric's injury, you know. So, you know, I'm talking to my son. He's like, "Dang, Dad, you and you know, Derrick Henry gonna be playing together and this, that, and another." I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna be cool to get out there and you know, have that 1-2 punch with him or whatnot." And then, you know, come to find out he ended up breaking his foot. So I'm like, okay, I'm sure it's gonna be a bigger role for me, but it was the ideal situation. You know, you look at all the teams in the NFL, the Titans are the team that, you know, they gonna run that rock no matter what. So it was perfect, man.
AAP, man, I know you're an experienced veteran, man. How does it feel going to the Titans and kind of taking on a leadership position? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even though you're just joining.
Yeah, I'm not really a big vocal person, but I lead by example, and I feel like from the moment I stepped on, on the field, the way I approach practice and, handle my business, those guys, they respect that, and they see it and they feed off of it as well, so I'm still getting my feet wet, building that chemistry, with those guys, but so far it's been good. I'm loving it.
And what about that number 8? Because you know what? The one thing that us old players, the one thing we envy the young players about these days is the fact that they get to wear the single digit. And I wore my number 1 in high school, but I wore number 2 in college. I think I would have chose my deuce in the league if I had a chance. Is this something behind that number 8? Because I never seen you in a single digit. Did you wear that in high school or something?
No. You know what? I was so salty, when they passed the rule that guys could, they could run single digits. So I told myself, hey, I get that opportunity, I'll make sure I'm be, have a single digit on. So, but the number 8 is, it's like new beginnings too,
Yeah.
That's it was a perfect number. I asked him, I was like, so what numbers you guys got available? And he said he started off with 8. I was like, bet that works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that one. And go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I was curious how your conditioning felt, during the game. Truth be told, Adrian obviously has such a high standard for himself. I'm going to say this real quick, but I think you're all right with it. He wanted to wait even for another time to come on to the show, just because he wanted to follow, something that he feels like is more indicative of, his performance. But as I said to him, first of all, you're already future Hall of Famer. You got the touchdown in there. You came off your couch. You did what you had to do. So, and that in and of itself is a feat. But I'm just curious how you felt during the game.
Yeah, I felt good. I was just excited. I hadn't played ball in 10 months.
That's right.
The first time stepping out there, Sunday Night Football against the Rams. But my cardio felt good. I think I had like 10 carries, something like that. So that's light work for me,
That's what I was gonna say, AP, because it's almost not like I don't know. I'm always seeing AP break long runs. You go 2, 3, 5, bam, 55.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think that 10 carries a game is gonna get you enough, give you a chance to get into a rhythm? Do they promise you a certain number of carries when they to get you to come over?
No, they didn't promise me anything, but it was a different feel, because we got a foreman as well, and our third down back. So I think it was just an awkward situation for them too, so we're all making this adjustment, kind of on the fly, So I think they wanted to kind of get us all in there and see what we were going to be able to do. But I don't care if it's 5 carries, 10 carries. The most important thing is taking advantage of those opportunities.
Right.
That's presented, so watching the film, there was a couple of those plays that I missed, so I think once I get more reps, and, build that chemistry with those guys up front, so you'll see 10 carries. If it's 10 carries, you'll see 10 for $110,
Yeah.
Right.
No,
this block is Go ahead.
I have to say this right now. Morris has already played a running back in a very, very great movie. Can I say this right now? Should I be signing Morris Chestnut up to play Adrian Peterson in the movie The Stallion? Can I sign that up for the future right now?
I want to get on. I gotta get AP's protein, man, because that brother, man, he's still rocked up. I gotta get his protein.
Hey, but y'all, I'm sitting here looking at y'all like the visual is there. Plus, like I said, he's experienced running back. You experienced running back, Mark.
That's right.
Hey, so Adrian, what do you think too, just about the opportunity for you to, potentially go to the postseason? Obviously, that didn't happen in your last season with the Lions. I believe you had already left when Washington went, with Heineke going up against the Bucs, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's been a while since you've been in the postseason. So, just kind of illuminate the opportunity that you have with the Titans, especially since it's been a while, obviously, when you were with the Vikings.
Yeah, you're talking about joining the AFC leading team, like I say, it was a perfect scenario, and having an opportunity, I want to get ahead of myself. It's still a long season, remaining, but to be in a position now to, to have that opportunity of going to the playoffs is obviously something that, I've been envisioning for a long time, an opportunity to chase a championship. That's the ultimate goal. So, we're just going to continue to take it 1 week at a time. I'm going to continue to put my best foot forward and, help this team in any way I can to accomplish those goals.
Listen, let me say something. Speaking of the playoffs, and listen, this question is in all due respect, AP.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. I have a boy that's a Viking fan, and I've never seen anything like this play. By the way, Deric Saints, they robbed y'all that game. But that game against the Saints, I'm not lying. I've never seen it. I told my boy, I was like, he looked like Superman. You fumbled the ball, and I don't know where you got that burst from. They were tackling you, and you went and what happened what was that about? I'm not lying. That was like one of the craziest things I've never seen.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite play, my all-time favorite play.
Oh, that's your favorite play?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened? Because I don't even know how you got that rock.
I don't know either. It was like an out-of-body experience, man. Experience. It was crazy. The ball shot out, and it was like directly in front of me, probably like 10 yards away. And I see like a couple of Saints players pretty much right
close
by the
to
ball.
it. Yeah, they were close to it. Yeah.
And I just shot to it, man. I don't even know. I just knew I had to get that ball, and I got it.
That was crazy, man. I'm saying I've never seen anything like that before in my life. You just shot to that ball.
Yeah.
So, really quickly, because since we have, two actors on the show here that always be in the gym trying to, keep their 3-pack together. I want you to.
No. Hold on. It's
Derek, did I misrepresent?
Respect this man. He wants to play the running back.
He's more on one side.
Did I misrepresent Derek?
So we could go. Way more than 3.
Way more than 3.
Way more than 3. Come on now.
Come on, I play Muhammad Ali. Come on now. I play Muhammad Ali.
We ain't got the 18 pack like AP. We ain't got the 18 pack.
Yeah, we ain't got that.
Until I get the protein, until I get 18 protein, I'm not gonna get the 18 pack.
Well, both of y'all covering up your deltoids right now. So am I, because y'all can't see my butterfly that is right here. When I
okay, here we go.
But I wanted to know, Adrian, what tips can you share? Especially with our actors and Fred, who tries to keep himself in shape. And
I'm looking good over here. I can't do the AP challenge, okay? I can't do that.
Let Adrian share. If you were out of shape and you were quickly trying to get yourself in shape, what are your go-to things that you do real quick?
Well, I'm mindful of what I put in my body, and I think that's the best way to have a diet is to be mindful of what you put in your body. You are what you eat. If you're trying to get in shape, you need to hit that track. Hit that track, get around that track. I do a lot of planks, B-ups, really helps with the core, strengthening the core as well, and boxing. I think that's great for cardio and opening the lungs, and it's like a full body workout.
Well,
track you
go ahead.
Pilates too.
Oh, Pilates. Yes, that is true. We did do that in that story that I covered you on when you were coming back. Yes, we did go to in Houston.
You doing 100s, 200s? What you doing on the track? What you doing on the track, KP? What are you doing on the track?
I do 110s and 300s, 200s. Yeah, I'll be getting it in, man. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to go ahead.
One more question. I'm sorry. One more question.
Go ahead, please.
And I probably know the answer to this, but have you lost the steps when you first came into the league? And what were you running? You were running in what were you running 100?
Well, my PR is 10.26. I ran 10.3 at state my junior year. Got second, but
what you was running a 40?
40. My 40 at the combine, I think it was like a 4.1.
Okay.
4.37, 4.36.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's about 5 times
Morris,
than Fred.
Never ask an old horse, can you still run like you did when you was young? No, we can't. Right? You know what?
You said no.
And ain't nothing wrong with that because it's all about the longevity. Because you got to prove that you can play without the top end speed also. Because this great thing about football, knowledge. Once you know,
let me tell you something, man. I don't watch football every week, every time, every year of my life. I've never seen nobody shoot after the football I'm not lying. Y'all got to see the play.
I seen the play.
Morris is trying to recover after
I've never seen that before.
I seen the play.
Well, I just
people got to ask you about the play. If I don't only want to ask you about the play, people got to ask you about that.
No.
Yeah.
People,
Hey. Well, I just wanted to say, let me get my little Tar Heel tip in there. What we do when I used to run for the track and field for the Tar Heels, you turn off you crank up the incline on the treadmill all the way to 15. Then you turn off the treadmill. Then you put your hands on the thing, and then you power back the treadmill with no power off. And then you see. That's a good way to get some speed, endurance, and what have you.
And then you watch the SEC girls run right past you on the track. That's what you do. After you do all of that, you watch all the girls from the SEC run right past you.
Okay,
right.
The tips I tell you because you say you do track. I know track. You stick with the girl who knows track. Okay. Well, listen, Adrian. We appreciate you coming into the Crew Crib and joining us real quick. If you have any shout outs, go ahead and let us know who your shout outs are.
No one.
No one.
Hey, that's like them Instagram accounts where they just have one follower. What you about to say, Morris?
Thanks for coming on the show, AP man. Looking forward to seeing you break some long runs with them Titans, man.
Thanks for appreciate it, man.
Bro. Good talking to you.
And Adrian, real quick, if you could look into the camera, say you're watching the Crew Show. It's Adrian Peterson.
You're watching the Crew Show. It's Adrian Peterson.
All right, y'all. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Always good to see you, brother.
All right, so that was Adrian. We appreciate him joining us. And
I forgot to ask him, did he ever truck Fred? Did he ever truck Fred? I should ask him.
Hey, listen, we went at it for us to get in the playoff. I had just left there, after the big boat debacle, after they had threw the Viking man out of town. I went back and went to the playoff with Washington on him. Yeah, I'd had to tackle that horse before many times.
Anyway,
you went for the legs. You went for the legs, dog.
Hey,
I'm sure it did. Look, he just.
No,
I'm sure I did.
We call it going lawn mow low. All right, lawn mow low on the dude like that. All right.
Hey, look, Adrian's still in the backstage. He's listening to y'all laughing.
I'm sure
mow low, baby.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I think he did too. I think he trucked you, Fred.
He didn't truck. He didn't truck. Listen to me. I knew how to survive in the city where the skinny died. I knew how to survive. I have been doing it too long. Listen, I'm either going to let them pass me and jump on their shoulders. Okay, I'm going to run past them, slip and fall, and then go hawk them down and jump on their shoulders.
All right, y'all. Let's move on to Crew Huddle.
AP was running a 4-3. Fred was running like a 34-3.
Oh, no. I was only 180 pounds.
34-3.
No, I was a legit 4-3-5, 4-3-3 coming out. I was only 180 pounds.
Hey, I gotta pull up the combine numbers on that.
Oh, here we go. You know Morris gonna look.
You can put them all up.
Yes. All right, you guys. Let's move on to Crew Huddle. So really quickly, you guys, I wanted to get your opinion on Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, he was on the Pat McAfee show, made quite a few comments that caused somewhat of an uproar on social media, just saying, obviously, first and foremost, that he believes in bodily autonomy. Obviously, we found out that he is not, vaccinated, but he, went on to say that he, takes ivermectin and all these other things and zinc and what have you. And obviously, there's a lot of controversy about some of the things that he said, in addition to the fact that we have some evidence of, not following the protocol as far as not wearing the mask during the press conference and preseason games and things like that. And then today he showed some contrition, basically saying that he realizes that he's a role model and has to watch what he says. So you guys have an opinion on that? Go ahead, Fred.
He the man that cheated on his wife and got caught. Hey, he didn't want to apologize. When you get caught cheating, you don't want to apologize, but you have to because it's politically correct. It's what you have to do in front of your father-in-law. It's what you got to do in front of your mother-in-law. You got to tell them you really sorry when you know you ain't sorry. I was happy I cheated, and I had fun cheating, and that's what Aaron Rodgers did.
Don't laugh at that. All of you
That's
frat
funny,
boys
man.
on there. No, that is
I'm
not
telling
funny,
you,
Deric.
That
No,
was
funny.
a forced apologize. This man has always just gone by the beat of his own drum. You know, like he wants to be the smartest man in the room. I'm going to do this, do that. And now he got caught. And he apologized. How many times in America, in the world, do we get caught doing something wrong? And we apologize because it's the right thing to do.
Well, it's more that
he,
Fred, it's more that he tested, positive, and not
he got caught.
Yeah,
if he wouldn't have got caught, he'll still be not vaccinated, and he'll still be running around, not feeling sorry, and damn sure not apologizing. He got up there and said, "You know what?" They said, "Are you vaccinated?" He said, "No, I'm immunizated." What the hell is that?
I don't think he
went
said
to a witch doctor?
immunizated.
What you guys said?
I think he said,
what happened?
I think he said he's immunized. Deric, what do you think about how Aaron Rodgers has come across on social media?
Jay, like I said before, I wanted to work. I didn't want to take the vaccine. I had COVID and I didn't have any symptoms. They had to shut down production for 2 weeks working on Godfather Harlem, but they shot around me. They shot around me, but then it worked out fine. But I didn't have not one symptom at all, and that's why I didn't want to take the vaccine. But my agents were like, "You got to take the vaccine. Production's asking for it." So I took the vaccine. So I said to say, man, you got to follow a protocol, and NFL really is pushing for these players to get vaccinated, and you're the face of the franchise, man. You lead by example.
Well, Morris, I wanted to say to you.
Can I ask you this, Josina? Why is everybody going against? We already took 6 vaccine shots to go to elementary. I add 1 to it. Like, what's the difference? Like, we've already been on vaccines our whole entire life. And I had to argue with my people in Mississippi. Now, I don't want to take it. They're going to put a chip in me. For what? You don't do shit. Like, listen, the government is not going to spend time following you. You ain't got a damn job. And don't you know this cell phone? This cell phone is the only chip they'll ever need in us. They gonna chip right here.
Well, you can turn it. Did you watch Enemy of the State with Will Smith? He's supposed to turn it off, take the battery out, and step on it.
But we never do.
Everybody learned that from that movie.
We never do.
But the thing is, it's not just that. Obviously, and not saying, not impugning anyone on either side of this debate, but part of what it is obviously people have, fear. They have certain individual health, situations or what have you.
That.
And hold on. If Aaron Rodgers had stuck at, he has an allergy, that would have been one thing. But then he went on to say other comments that, people have found and underlined to be misleading or not accurate. He, misapplied MLK quote and certain things. And then
that was terrible right there. That's called reaching right there. It's 2 people you don't reach for. It's Martin Luther King and Gandhi. Don't you reach for them. Don't you quote them. Right. Don't you do nothing. They are too pure heart for us to tank them like that.
And the point with not only the not applying the MLK quote properly, the point also was that obviously when he was talking about, injustice and having to speak up about that, the difference is that, people of color cannot change their skin color. Playing football is a choice. So that's why it does not necessarily obviously apply to him. That was the problem. And then the other thing is that you could have stopped at the ingredient, and the allergy or what have you. And then you're invoking other, words and phrases that are divisive in terms of, woke mob and things like that. And obviously there were certain questions that were not, asked during that interview, though it was, great for Pat McAfee to get that and obviously doing a great job with his show. But, those are some of the things that people were frustrated about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was Pat McAfee and his former teammate, right? Hawk? Hawk was the other cat that was
AJ. And guess what? It's a good open platform. I try to understand people. Yeah. If they tell you, sometimes just look at it simple. Write it on a sheet of paper. It's a disease in the air that's killing people. Mm-hmm. Now, either I can take something to protect me from it, or I can say, you know what? It's my time, because that's what people down south say all the time when I talk to my family. If it's my time, it's my time. Well, if it's your time, I'm not coming to the funeral because it ain't my time. Right?
Well, I wanted to say this too, is that it'll be interesting to see as we close up this topic, though. But it'll be interesting to see, even though he's obviously issued this, apology, however you want to take it, show contrition. His first day eligible back, from this period that he has to be away is on the 13th in advance of the game against the Seahawks. It'll be interesting to see when he has his next press conference if he will be wearing a mask or not, especially after he came out so forcefully talking about bodily autonomy and all these other things and what he believes are his rights. And
that's
now
not the big story. Him wearing a mask in a meeting at the game is not the story. What happens when we get to the playoffs and he catch COVID again? Like what happens when it's a game to get in the play? Like what happens in the NFC Championship? What happens if he, Lord knows, catches the week of the Super Bowl? Like you're talking about a press conference. What happens when betting America, when Green Bay fan America, it needs him to be responsible and he chooses not to be? That's the whole story.
Well, but the reason why I'm bringing up the press conference is because the first time with the violations, which obviously is now on the record with the fact that the Packers getting $300,000 and Aaron Rodgers getting the $14,000, is because now that's established as a violation. If he shows up at the press conference again with the mask, then it can rise up to potentially conduct detrimental, in which he can get a suspension, which I think is up to potentially 4 games and not to exceed that. So when you're talking about impact on playoffs or things like that, obviously he's not there, that impacts all that stuff that you were just talking about as well.
No, you want to know the fungus among us? That's Jordan Love. All right, Jordan Love can't play no quarterback. That's the fungus among us. You want to know what killing America? Watching Jordan Love play football.
Hey, Deric Augustine, do you have any comments about quarterbacks? Because you've been so hard. First of all, we have to call out Deric real quick because you were so hard on Trevor Siemian and all this other stuff. Now, have you reevaluated some of your thoughts now after this?
Listen.
Yes.
I think Trevor Siemian did a great job, but Odell is not gonna look in the Saints like, oh, they got Trevor Siemian, I'm gonna go there. No, at least Jameis Winston gave us a shot, man.
Trevor Siemian. I thought y'all had another quarterback that y'all just paid.
He's not a quarterback, man. That dude is not a quarterback. Don't name no Taysom Hill.
What's his name? You don't even know his name?
Don't name no Taysom Hill. Do not name Taysom Hill.
I thought Taysom Hill was a quarterback. That's what he said 2 years ago.
That dude is not a quarterback, man. That dude is a football player.
You know his chance right now. Let me tell you something what Darryl Green told me. I remember one day I sat down and talked to Darryl Green. I said, Darryl Green, I know you're a Christian, man, but how in the hell did you keep a job for 20 years in the NFL at cornerback? He said, you know what? Not letting my backup play. He said, what's my backup name? I never knew your backup name. He said, well, that's why I played.
I like that.
So Taysom Hill right now has a chance to not only be the starting quarterback for the future, make sure James don't come back. If he gets in and does his job, he becomes y'all new Steve Young. The old guy from BYU.
First of all, Derek, y'all almost won that game. If it wasn't
because of Trevor Siemian, not no damn Taysom Hill. His deep throws look like punts, Fred.
I know.
He's a 31-year-old quarterback, man. You can't come back from that, man.
I would love to play against Taysom Hill. You know what? I can prove that I can still got a little bit if Taysom Hill was I had to go against him 18 weeks a year. That'll be fine.
So, like I said, he's a great, he's a great
gadget dude. He's a gadget
dude. He can catch the ball. He can run. He can play special teams. Great, but he is not.
But Jalen Hurts, who Morris and them don't love, Jalen Hurts is the guy that you date, that you let out your life, that turned out to be a 10. Jalen Hurts, I don't appreciate it.
I will tell you, this is what I'll tell you about that. I love Jalen as a leader. I do. I think that he's still developing. He does miss some passes, but he's still young. He's still young. He bails out the pocket a little too quick, but he's still young, and he still can get. This is a problem that I do have with people, though, because when they hate on people, they just want to hate on people. Last year, everybody was trashing Doug Peterson for pulling Jalen Hurts out the game against the Redskins, and the Giants fans was all mad. Why did they pull him out? They could have beat the Redskins. Washington football team. Now everybody talk about Jalen ain't this and Jalen ain't that. Well, when Peterson last year put him out the game, it wasn't saying that. So it is what it is. People gonna hate. Listen, I love Jalen as a leader. I think he's still developing. We'll see at the end of the year what he has.
But Philadelphia is a sports town. What I call The worst sports town in all of the world. All right, Philadelphia. All right, let me tell you something about
All
Philadelphia
of the world.
right now.
All of the
All
world.
of the world. You understand me? Philadelphia. Y'all hate Ben Simmons. Y'all done got this man going to see a shrink. Right now, y'all beat up and booed Santa. All right, now, y'all, let me tell you who the most popular person on the Philadelphia Eagles team every year. The backup quarterback. Y'all love an underdog. Y'all love an underdog. Y'all don't love the overdog, though. There's patience for that.
All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and we're gonna look at some of the looks and outfits that guys wore during the pregame. So let's take a look right now at Crew Carpet. What you say, Deric? What you
I ain't
say?
saying no, every outfit looked great. Every one of them looked great.
Josina, because you threw him under the bus, Josina. You threw him under the bus.
Hey, listen, I'm just trying to show. Hey, let's start off with Shaq Thompson here from the Panthers. Here we go. So how are we feeling about that? The dreads right there.
Josina, who pulled that clip?
Our new intern. What's wrong with that?
I couldn't even see the
I don't
man's
think we saw the
outfit.
dreads.
Okay, hold on. Now this video is all about the flow, Morris. It's all about the flow.
Hey, the beat fire. I was about to flow. The beat fire.
Hey, everything looks better in slow motion. I couldn't even hate on the fit because he's walking in slow motion.
Slow motion. You're right.
I'm sorry. I can't say anything is whack in slow motion. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's look at Cam Jordan. Let's look at Cam Jordan. What y'all think about this?
Hey, my boys are I'll rock it. He is Saints. I'll be one of the future Hall of Fame best defensive ends in the league, man. I'll rock that.
What's wrong?
He looked like a guy that's skateboarding up to a bank to rob it.
Hold up, Fred. Hold up. Look at the J's. He got the fresh Jordans on. That's a Jordan 3 with a matching Letterman jacket on.
Those Jordans?
Yes, those are Jordan 3s. They just came out. Morris, come on. I got to put that on swag.
I understand. Okay. His pants got a couple of more pockets than they should. He might be got an extra wrench or a monkey wrench.
Hold up. Josina, let me call Cam Jordan right quick.
You look like a sophisticated bank robber.
I don't understand why you think he look like he ain't got no ski mask on, Fred.
My boy swaggy, man.
Saying, people don't do stuff the old way no more. We live in a new time in a new generation.
That's right.
Let's move on to Patrick Mahomes. What y'all think about this?
Another slow mo, Josina. What we doing?
This is how they put it on the this is how they put it on their Twitter. This is from the Chiefs.
He looked like he just threw 3 picks. He looked depressed as hell.
Listen, I actually think that Patrick Mahomes looks like he's coming into his own. I like that the hair is a little bit tighter. It's not as, I feel like I feel like he's coming into his own. He feels comfortable in his skin. I like the glasses and all that other stuff. We go back to Mahomes real quick. So the chain, I don't what?
But you always got to know that Patrick Mahomes' voice don't match the way he looks. He looks like a Playboy model, but he sounds like Snuffleupagus. This
is Crew Carpet. This is not talk about how people talk.
Hey, when Patrick get on the show, make sure you replay Fred's comment.
I love Patrick Mahomes. I love Patrick Mahomes, but what I'm saying is, hey, you know what? Everybody hates the truth. This is the thing about me. I'm so blunt because Jesus rolled me differently. All right, that's the difference. Right? He rolled me a little bit different than everybody. Let's
take a look at our guy from the Rams, Burgess here. Now I like this video because he looks like he's prepared to walk on the carpet. But wait a minute, keep looking at the video because this is how the Rams do it. When you come up in their video, to their stadium, they actually have the carpet. Okay.
Oh, they got a carpet.
They got a carpet. So I like the way that he's walking up to this. That's why he made Crew Carpet here.
Hey, you know what? That look like my swag. I would rock something like that. He got the turtleneck with the gray suit.
The question is that Nino Brown's turtleneck from when he choked out Christopher Williams?
Oh, Christopher, that's right. Christopher, that's hilarious.
Hey, you know which turtleneck I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Is that at the stadium?
Yes. I think so.
What building is that behind there? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's the new parking lot.
Parking lot.
Oh, okay.
It looked like it's about one spot. Okay, so let's take a look at Aaron Jones real quick. Always coming with the same sombrero. Does he need to change this up and do something different?
I ain't rocking with that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, he's the fourth amigo with Dan Aykroyd and the rest of the film.
I like the watch. He got the fresh AP on. He got the spaghetti on, looking flashy.
I like that he's comfortable. I like, when you show up comfortable, that means he ain't came to go out. He come to play football. I like a guy that bring one outfit to a city. Like when you bring one outfit to a city, you coming to play football and go back home.
Go home.
Fred, you just contradicting yourself. You said they don't do like they used to, and now you talking about he look comfortable. Come on, Fred.
That's all I can say is he look comfortable. He got a nice tee on, and that tell me one, he ain't going out that night. They tell me two, right? That same shirt that he wearing now, he wore that on the plane earlier. Right?
Okay, all right. Let's take a look at our last candidate for today. Here we go. Boom. Rodgers Saffold. Can y'all see that suit? I know it's a little far.
The double color, two-tone, the hat on.
So basically, he's GQ on the left and he's Spice Adams on the right.
That was a Joker suit. No, Joker got a suit like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, remember Two-Face. Two-Face has
Two-Face. My bad. Two-Face.
Two-Face has that.
Y'all messing it up. Okay.
Is that a briefcase? Is that a briefcase?
Hey, security need to check that briefcase. If a guy come up with a suit that's half and half, like from the cartoons that I've watched, you might need to check the briefcase.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Tennessee winning right now. The upnated division, man. Hey, thumbs up to you, brother.
And listen, Roger, I've interviewed you before. We've been in the locker room where you had the studs on the back of the jacket or whatever. I appreciate your creativity. This is why we got you up in here. Continue to flex your individuality. Even though Fred up here got a couple things to say, talking about
lies. Because you know what? You wouldn't take no man like that home to meet your grandmama or your mama wearing a half suit coming in there. Would you take him to Deacon Fry's church? Like
if his pocket's right, she would.
Of course they would.
Come on now.
Well, so let me tell. Since you're talking about what my mama would have a problem with or what I got a problem with, I will tell you one story real quick. So when I was dating my high school sweetheart, he showed up at the house with what? Can I finish the story? I was talking to y'all. Who showed up at the door with his multicolored rubber bands in his head all twisted up. My mother opened the door. She saw the multicolored rubber bands, and then she shut the door. Okay, so that's how my mama do.
So she would not have taken, like when somebody say I got a two-piece double-breasted on, that's not what they talking about, right?
You know what you're seeing this week gonna do? You're gonna pull some old photos of Fred when he was on the red carpet.
Oh yeah.
I have been voted to DMV's sexiest dressed man for years. All right.
How many people voted? About 3 people.
Hey, the one thing I can do, I can put on some. I can get casket clean on you now. You know that.
Right. Okay, y'all. So let's go to final take. All right, so we got a very interesting Thursday night football game for you guys. I don't know if you know, but it is Baltimore at Miami. Deric, are you hating? How you feel about this game?
Man, look, Morris, we voted all against the underdogs last time. You see what happened to us?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, we picked the Rams and Tennessee.
Deric, don't pass over your pick. Don't be trying to fill out what Morris gonna say. What you gonna say? Yeah.
Of course, I'm gonna go with Baltimore, man. Lamar Jackson is playing like an MVP candidate, which he is, and they just got to tighten up a little bit. And I mean, they're gonna come out with this dub, man. We'll see.
Go ahead. Next.
Hey, here you go. This is what I'm finna say. I'm picking the Ravens because the real steaming Willie Beeman will be in Miami this weekend, but he's not playing for the Dolphins. He's playing for Baltimore. Yes. Right. Yes. Yeah. Hey, Lamar Jackson is steaming Willie Beeman. That's must-see TV. He done had 11 people get hurt on his offense, including 3 of his running backs. And if you want to know how we judge quarterbacks in this league, when everybody around the board is clear around you, do you make people better? We've watched Tom Brady make no-name receivers, Pro Bowlers every year. Lamar Jackson is throwing the ball better than he ever had, running the ball better than he ever have, but he's doing one thing consistently, and that's winning. Pay that man his money.
That's right.
Winning.
That's right.
Go ahead, Morris.
He's from Wuhan.
I'm gonna watch this game. I'm gonna watch this little game real close because if and Deric may not like this, but if I was Odell Beckham, I would consider the Baltimore Ravens, right?
Really? And why is that?
Yes.
Please enlighten me.
Why would I consider
He's
Baltimore?
instantly the number one receiver.
Please enlighten me.
He's instantly number one.
He's instantly number one receiver. He's going to get single coverage. Everybody's going to be in the box trying to stop the run. He's running right by him. It's over. It's over.
Okay. So with all of the options that are out there for Odell Beckham Jr., are you telling me that you would tell him out of all of those, and I'm trying not to list them in any particular order because I know people listen and pay attention to me, but you try to say out of all of those, whether it be Seattle, whether it be the Rams, whether it be the Saints, whether it be the Chiefs, the Packers, the Cowboys, whoever, you trying to say the Ravens?
What I'm trying to tell you, Josina, is in the AFC, when you have a quarterback playing, at an MVP caliber with a strong running game, I would pick Baltimore.
Yeah,
out of all of those.
He's right. Think about it. Most of them have their flaws. The one thing about Baltimore is kind of flawless. The tight end is right now the number one receiver on the team. All right, he goes out there. He pairs up with Hollywood Brown, 2 speed guys on the outside. Mark just said something. You can't double team them because you got to put an extra man in the box.
Let me ask this because obviously, let me just ask this. Out of all of the teams that we just named,
LA.
Which one do you feel like is most likely, if everything stays the same without attrition, to go to the Super Bowl out of all of these teams that we were just talking about?
Packers or the Rams?
I'm just asking.
Packers got too much.
Let Morris answer because he's talking about the Rams.
I'm gonna tell you this.
The Ravens.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. I would pick the Ravens in the NFC over the Packers and the Rams. They got AFC in the AFC. The Packers and the Rams, they still got to deal with Tampa Bay. And I don't know. We'll see. Dallas fell back, but Dallas, if they get back into the groove again, a 1-game elimination series, you got to go through Green Bay, you got to go through the Rams, you got to go through Tampa Bay, you got to go through Aaron Rodgers, Dak, you got to go through Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Dak, and Arizona.
Yeah.
So the Ravens are your. So you're forgetting about the Titans, who obviously just beat the Rams.
Look, I'd rather go through the Titans. Listen, Titans are a great defensive team, but they're also a running team without their number one running back. Look, we love AP, and he could come in there and do the thing. But we're not sure what's going to happen with the Titans going on.
This is how I look at it. We got 2 Far East teams and 2 Far West teams of where I'm going. All right, the Far East teams are Baltimore Ravens, all right, and Tampa Bay. I ain't never counting the goat out. All right. My Far West teams are Arizona and the Rams. All right. At the end of the day, out of those 4 teams, it will be a mixture. And you notice I only put 1 AFC team in there because the Browns are flawed. Tennessee, even though they got the best record, that dime piece got a dead tooth in her mouth. She ain't even good to kids.
Okay, but so Morris, you forgot about. Okay, so Deric, I want to get you in here. We're gonna. Well, you know.
Who I'm
gonna cover that. I'm gonna cover that. So, and we're gonna wrap real quick. But Deric, in the AFC, is that? Do you agree? Is that who you have? Baltimore and who do we do? And the Titans? Is Morris forgetting about the Browns, the Chargers?
The Browns.
The Browns.
The Browns.
Hey, you know we call taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. We call that go and take a number 2. Go and take a number 2 and taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. That's all time to go to the Super Bowl.
Josina, they playing. Your Browns are playing great, and the Chargers are great. Justin Herbert is a beast. Okay, not the Browns, but okay, the Browns are playing great. Justin Herbert is a great quarterback, but he's no. I mean, come on, Josina. Like Morris said, Tampa. You got I like the Ravens, man. Like you said, if you put Odell in there, man, that's gonna take pressure off of Lamar. And watch how things get nasty with it.
You have a quarterback playing at an MVP level right now. Strong running game. He's gonna be 1-on-1. The defense always gonna show up. Baltimore, they went against they went to the championship game deep in the playoffs a couple years ago. I like Baltimore. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I like
the best way to beat a Pro Bowl, Super Bowl quarterback is to keep his keister on the sideline. And there's only one thing in football to keep them on the sideline besides good defense, and that's a running game.
Just running game.
If you make Patrick Mahomes watch most of their game, they're going to lose. And it's one team built that way besides the Tennessee Titans. The Titans were with King Henry. Now that King Henry gone, oh no, that throne will burn. I'm talking the Ravens.
Okay. All right. So but I'm going to let y'all go because, and Fred, I know we all going to go real quick. Lastly, I just want you to say, because obviously everyone's watching the OBJ sweepstakes, can you please really quickly pick the team that you think he's going to more? So you sticking with the Ravens? Or is that what you think where you think he should go?
I'm sticking with the Ravens. The Ravens.
Wait, so you think that's where he should go, and that's where he will
I
go?
think he should go with the Ravens. Yes.
No. Where will he go?
Oh, where will he go?
Yes.
It depends. I'll say Green Bay.
Okay, go ahead, Deric.
Saints.
All right, Fred, who you picking?
It's a poker hand, and it's one team that I see going all in, and that's the Rams. They done sold all their draft picks, but they all in. And if you can add a joker to the deck, La La Land.
Look how many all-stars they got. Oh, they building a super team over there, man.
And guess what? You have to have it to compete with the Lakers. They ain't competing with the Chargers. They compete with the Lakers.
This is football, man.
Hey, in LA, you two know. In LA, y'all can find 30 more things better to do than go to an NFL game.
That's true.
All right, y'all. Well, listen, we appreciate y'all jumping in all of this conversation. Obviously, there's a lot going on in the NFL, and particularly to our special guest, Titans running back Adrian Peterson, and also future Hall of Famer. So for Fred Smoot, Deric Augustine, Morris Chestnut, we are out.
Peace.
Peace.